YouTube, welcome back to the Romz video, and today we've got another Romz Talks I'll be doing this time. And as you guys can see in the title, this is going to be a very self-explanatory one, and a lot of people are going to say, yes, this is common sense in the day. But listen, I keep saying it, and I'll say it once again, common sense is not common. There are consequences when it comes to any decision that you do make. I'll repeat it one more time. There are consequences when there are consequences. I literally can't say. There are consequences when it comes to any decision that you make. So before we get to the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. As I said, any other videos you want me to do in terms of Romz Talks, any topics you want me to kind of cover as well, drop me down in the comments below, or DM me personally. You guys can see the socials on the screen. But let's get straight into it today, because this is the thing though, this is the thing that is just so annoying, and a lot of people just need to drill it in their brains. Consequences exist, guys. And in this world nowadays, we're in 2025, we're approaching near the end from Q3 of 2025, we're like the later part of 2025 now, we're going towards 2026. And in the modern day nowadays, consequence is just a thing that a lot of people just don't have in their brains. A lot of people make decisions thinking they can get away with it. A lot of people make decisions thinking that, nothing's going to happen to them. At the end of the day, any, good or bad, any decision that you make in life is always a consequence. And that's just how it is, guys. That's just how it is. And you guys might be complaining, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And you might be figuring in your brains now, how's this happened? How this happened? Because the consequence, the decision that you made, it could be a few months ago, yesterday, whatever the time frame is, it will catch up to you eventually. And a lot of people don't live in this type of thing. And this is the thing that I just developed a mindset of every single conscious decision I want to make, is that every single time I make a decision, I have to look at the consequences of that. And I'll give you an example. Let's talk about dating, for example. And this is the one that I might be framing a little bit. This is mostly for the ladies as well, especially because a lot of people sometimes, truthfully, I know ladies to be attacking me in the comments, listen, because it's not all, but there's sometimes, and even guys as well in general, I always criticize the guys, but just for the ladies for a second. Let's say, and you guys see my reaction videos like, the OnlyFans and shit like that. So, say you're 18, right? You're an 18-year-old girl. You're not in the industry, but you see everyone else making content, spicy content, you know exactly what that means, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say on YouTube and shit, but the spicy content and shit, and, they make the content, and you might have that FOMO thinking, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I want to jump on that gravy train. I want to make money. I want to, be free and shit like that. And you know what? To be fair, what I will say before I even get to that is that I know some girls that actually do it because they're in a fucked up background and shit like that. So there is some semblance I actually do feel sorry for them a little bit, because at the end of the day, in the background, it's the only way they can make money in order to make sure that they can take care of their family, especially the broken fuck backgrounds. The environment's not good, and they really want to have a better life and shit like that. They don't want to have that 9 to 5 type of mindset. So I do hear it shit like that. So people say, let's go back to the OnlyFans thing. I want to say is that, they want to start making OnlyFans and stuff like that, and then obviously they make the account, and then after that it's kind of like, what next, you know what I mean? So they make the account, they get an Instagram, and they get a following, shit like that, and they're at a high, right? So you're at a high life, and I talked about this in my last video as well about what was the last video I made? I forgot what it was, but you guys will know anyway. But yeah, basically it's the last video talking about there's highs and lows in life and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So you're at a high right now, you know what I mean? You're making your money, you're making really good amount of money. People are subscribing to you. Let's be honest, men are subscribing to you, because not girls. I don't know about girls really subscribing to OnlyFans. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but typically mostly guys subscribes. The guys are the main consumers of OnlyFans anyway. That's the main thing. So they subscribe and shit like that. You're at a high right now, and life is good. You know what I'm saying? Drake says he might even be playing the song. Saying life is good. You know what I mean? So you're doing that, and then but then a thing comes up at the end of the day. This is the problem that a lot of people modern day, and I'm just using the OnlyFans thing as an example. That's the thing I just thought up in my head, and this is just applies to life. They make the decision, in this instance for the OnlyFans, thinking nothing's gonna happen to them, thinking everything's gonna be fine, because they're doing every little thing. It's gonna be alright, like Bob Marley says. They're playing that, you know what I mean? The Rasta. You know what I mean? So let me stop joking around. They're doing all that type of stuff, thinking everything's good, everything's gonna be okay, all that type of stuff. And on top of the world, you know what I'm saying? They have a big ego. They just, they fuck everyone over. They don't really care. There's no the money's coming in. But as he said, not all good things last forever, guys. Good things don't last forever. Bad things don't last forever either, but good things don't last forever. And a lot of people need to drill this mindset. And I'm not doing it to be negative or anything. I'm just being realistic. I keep saying to you guys, I'll be real and authentic as possible in a day. People might be calling me negative, and that's fine. If it's negative to tell the truth, then the world is truly fucked in a day. But going back to what I'm saying is that, literally, they don't realise, when you make an OnlyFans account, you basically sold yourself to the devil. You genuinely have. And people might be filming comments, oh, Roms, how dare you? Some people might be calling me misogynist. Some people might say that's toxic masculinity. Oh, Roms, you're just insecure because you can't get a girl. Oh, Roms, you're this. Oh, Roms, you're that. Cool, I don't care. If you guys want to call me that, that's fine. But I just know that's just not ours. It's just boundaries. It's self-respect in the day. You're losing your morality already, and there's no debate. I don't think there's not even a debate. As soon as you made that OnlyFans, you've lost your debate. You've already lost your morality. First of all, you know what I'm saying. And don't say as some girl be like, well, God forgives anyway. You know what I'm saying. So it'll be okay. So you deliberately make a sin. You deliberately lose your morality because you're using that forgiveness as an advantage. And that's not the way you should be doing it, you know what I mean? Because we know we do sin every single day, and obviously we do it mistakenly and shit like that. And that's why God will forgive. But in general, if you do it deliberately, it's a different type of conversation, so I want to say. And then the wonder why, you know what I'm saying, most guys that are like, have self-respect would not want to take them seriously in a day. Maybe they might cheat and ski. There's two different things, and they might be getting played a little bit. And they wonder why they get cheated on and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm not saying that they deserve to get cheated on. I'm not saying they have to deserve to be treated like shit. But in general, this is how the life goes and shit like that. Let's be honest, I can speak for most men. Most of us guys, we don't want to date, like, take an OnlyFans girl seriously. Let's be completely honest. I don't want to hear this thing like, oh, I do. Cool, you might be the minority, that might be fine. But majority of the guys who have self-respect do not want to take an OnlyFans girl seriously. And how does it go to my whole overall point in terms of consequences? Because they don't realise that in this scenario, by the way, this is not just for I keep saying it's not for the women only. It's just scenario that I thought up in my head. Is that the consequences? They didn't realise the consequences of what's going to happen until it's too late. And once they realise it's too late, they're fucked. But you can't change back because, you know, your past matters, internet's forever. You know, your body's already online. Your nudes are leaked. Everything gone, bro. You're finished. Done. You've already burnt your bridges with your family, your friends. You've already said this already, and you know what? You can't come back from that. And if you do come back from it, it's not going to be to the same extent as what you were before that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. A lot of modern day people as well that we just don't have. I'm talking about Gen Z. I don't know what's after Gen Z, but like you get the picture. Especially for our generations, that a lot of people don't fear the consequences. And even in crime as well, like, a lot of people don't look at the consequences like that. Like, they have a Russian moment where they kill someone, they rob something, they're thinking, yeah, everything's going to be cool. And some people might get away with it. And then they might be thinking, yeah, you know what, this doesn't apply to me. But then listen, karma's a real bitch, so at the end of the day. So if you do bad shit at the end of the day, something might happen to you at the end of the day. So I just want to talk about, that's what I want to say is that we need to realise that every decision that you make, consequences occurs. And it could be good things, bad things, whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying don't do it. Let's go back to the OnlyFans analogy. I'm not saying, if you girls want to do like OnlyFans like that, do whatever you need to do. It's not my life in a day. For me, I wouldn't advise you to do it. I would never advise my daughter was it. I would never advise my daughter to do it. I would advise her to do it. But let's be honest, you guys probably won't listen anyway. And going back to the overall thing, I want to say, any decision that's good or bad, if you really want to do it, go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Who am I to tell you what to do? I don't preach this channel. I won't tell you what to do. I'm just giving my overall knowledge, and it's up to you guys if you want to take it religiously. I don't advise anyone to take my take religiously, because that's just not how it is. But at least take some ideas and be open-minded. That's the main thing I want to say. But I want to say that just don't complain when shit happens to you. Don't complain when this happens to you, because you should have known from that decision you made before that this type of thing was going to happen. If you made that decision and the consequences hit and you don't care about the consequences, cool. At least you're honest. At least you're like, listen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do this type of stuff. I don't really care in a day. That's fine. But there's some people that just piss me off. They complain about the consequences. That this happened to me. This happened to me. Oh, what happened here? Are you dumb? Like, generally, are you dumb? Because the consequences that happened is because your decision you made was poor, or your decision you made wasn't applicable. It just wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it was poor. You just made a poor decision and stuff like that. So you just gotta think. We gotta think. Just some people just need to think before they make a decision. That's my overall thing I want to say. Some people need to think before they make a decision, and it just makes yourself more gripped up for the consequences that's gonna happen anyway. You know what I mean? And listen, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys actually took some, I won't say take everything I want to say, but at least take some ideas into thinking that, you know what, yeah, you might have a point, shit like that. But yeah, that's it for me. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. As I said, listen, if you guys do enjoy this type of ROMZ Talks as well, this is what I do preach all the time. We built up on this in the ROMZ Talks at the start. I'm going to keep doing it today, man. Any other videos you want me to do? Any reactions, collabs, vlogs, all these ROMZ Talks ones, drop me down in the comments below, or DM me personally. You guys can see the socials on the screen. And yeah, that's it from me. ROMZ out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.